Yes guys, and welcome to another video, and it is another video about this man here. I have waited a good few days to make this video. I know that over the last sort of 3 or 4 days there's been a lot of rumours about how much we're going to be paying, if there's going to be a sell-on clause, the actual details of the deal regarding Jobe Bellingham going to Borussia Dortmund. More and more details have been coming to fruition over the last few days, and I have been holding off because I wanted to wait for confirmation from the club. I knew that the deal was going to go through anyway. I knew when the medical was going to be. I just didn't want to do one video talking about the deal in depth and then another one talking about the statement after the deal and then the other one after Jobe maybe making a statement. I just wanted to kind of wrap it up all in one quick video for you guys. And also, as much as I love Jobe and I think the deal's great for him, I think the deal on the whole is great for the club. I wanted to move on. So I'm kind of contradicting myself here because Sunderland themselves haven't actually made a statement yet, but Jobe has, and for me that's enough. I believe he had his medical on Sunday. That's gone through without a hitch, so that's absolutely fine. But before we do get into it, guys, and I will go into depth on his statement, which I've just read and almost got very, very emotional, so get your tissues ready. But yeah, before we get into it, if you hit the like button for me, it's massively appreciated. And subscribe if you're new. We're so close from 17,000 subscribers. I think we're about 50 odd away from 17,000, so just a handful of you guys. If you're watching for the first time and you like the content, hit the subscribe button, it's massively appreciated. Or if you watch regularly and you haven't yet, if you do it for me, again, it's so appreciated. But firstly, we will have a look at the actual deal in itself. So the deal in itself, Sunderland, of course, have agreed a deal with Borussia Dortmund to go, for Jobe to go to Borussia Dortmund. An agreement has been reached. It's originally believed to be around 33 million euros. The figure I've seen in pounds has been around 28.5 million with, I think it's about 4.2 millions in potential add-ons. I'm led to believe that these add-ons are very easily achievable, so it's not like it's something ridiculous, like he has to play 500 times for the club to be able to get that 4.2. I believe it's in a few instalments. It'll be something like play 20 games, maybe score 3 goals, something like that. Something that's very easily achievable. So all in all, you're looking at, over 30 million, maybe 32, 33 million for the lad. And then, of course, you've got the sell-on from Birmingham. Birmingham do have, I think it's 10-15% of profits from the original sale. So of course, I think, say for example, we paid 2-3 million, anything above that, over the 3 million, they get that percentage. So I don't know how much that'll be in total, but we're still looking at a very heavy figure for Jobe Bellingham. Do I believe right now, as the player he is now, is he worth £30 million? I don't think he is. In terms of his potential, absolutely. I think the way he is now and how good he is now, you're probably looking just over 20 million in my opinion. And that's not to slate Jobe, because of course I'm a big fan of his. Again, he's got loads of potential. His attitude's outstanding. He's treated this club very, very well. He hasn't been like a mercenary like many other years. Even though we're going up, he's still leaving, which of course it's gutting, but I understand the predicament of you. When a team like Borussia Dortmund come calling, you don't really say no. You don't look down your nose at that. And yes, you've got Premier League football at Sunderland, which, of course, as Sunderland fans, we're going to be biased and we're going to think that's the biggest and best thing. But you've got a club in the Champions League. You've got a club who are going to be competing for titles over in one of the top leagues in the world. I totally understand that. And we've got a hell of a deal to come back from it. He's not someone who's ran down his deal and then pissed off and left us in the lurch. And it's been done very early in the transfer window as well. So it's as gutting as it is, it's probably best for all parties the way that this has turned out. Also, on the deal, we have got a 15% sell-on clause ourselves. So, of course, we've probably got, all in all, nearly 30-odd million for him when you take away the Birmingham's percentage as well. And that's already Lafay being paid for. You've got the Tommy Watson deal. And this is going to work so well for us in terms of course, the rules and regulations regarding spending, because you can only spend as much as you bring in. If you're in a shit ton of debt, you essentially can't spend. And because we're bringing in, and this, again, as I said, I'm not waffling here, but Jobe Bellingham is almost a poster boy for the way that Sunderland work at the minute, because we brought him in for, peanuts in comparison to other things, in comparison to other players. We've developed him. He's done well for us. He's succeeded with us. And we're getting 10 times what we paid for him, way over 10 times what we paid for him. I know it's shit to say goodbye to players, but now we can just redevelop the squad. We can reinvest it in the squad. So it works out all in all, is what I'm trying to say. Now, to the emotional part. This is what led me to make the video in the first place. I was going to wait for an official Sunderland statement. But I'm going to give you Jobe's farewell, which is it's very sad. It's very bittersweet because I genuinely want him to do well because he has treated the club very well. He's bought into our beliefs, our values, the culture of the club, the way that we are, the way Sunderland are as a city, the way Sunderland fans are, the way they treat the club. He treated it with the utmost respect, which is something I always say about a lot of players that have been at the club over the years. But here it is anyway. Here is Jobe's final statement to Sunderland. It says, "Dear Sunderland, it's time for me to say farewell to all the loyal people of Sunderland who have powered me through 2 incredible years in red and white. Your support on so many occasions has completely blown me away, especially in times of adversity, which we pulled through together. You welcomed me with open arms as a kid leaving home for the first time, and I am proud that our relationship has grown to be so strong ever since. Your support for the team and I, since I arrived at your beloved club, was unwavering, and for that I am forever indebted to you as people and supporters. I will always represent Wearside in all that I strive to achieve for the rest of my career, wherever that may be. I hope that I have made you proud along the way, and in return, you have made me the player that has reached the heights I find myself at today, so thank you. I will love and remember you fondly for the rest of my life from the bottom of my heart. I try to embody the passion you have for the city on the football pitch, and I'm so incredibly delighted that our journey came to an end with a victory at Wembley to restore the club in its rightful place. To the staff, players, and most importantly the supporters, thank you so much and good luck for the future. Jobe, adopted Mackham." Now, I won't lie, my bottom lip was quivering a little bit there. That was a bit of a struggle to read because, like I said, not many players come to the club and treat it as well as he has. And I know some people from outside will just look at it as, oh, he's jumped ship at the first time of asking. No, he came at us at a difficult time. He had a difficult first season, as did the squad, when he first came to us in the Championship. He grew and he grew and he grew. And this season, he has been an absolute monster in the middle of the park. He has grew. We've seen it with our very own eyes from the first game of the season till the last. He grew into an outstanding player, and he's got us back to the Premier League. Of course, not single-handedly, but he's played a hell of a part in it. And for that, I am truly indebted to the lad as well. Not just him, but everyone who did do it. So I'm glad that the deal is over and done with fairly quickly. We've been linked with a load of other players, which I'll probably do in another video at some point over the next week or so. But this one is just dedicated to Jobe. Horrible to lose him, but I'm just very thankful that we have had him. You know what I mean? He has been fantastic. I think it's a great deal that works for all. But yeah, to thank you to Jobe. He's left in a very classy fashion. He's treated the club very well, which I keep on repeating, but it seems like that should be a given, but the amount of shit we've taken to the club, the amount of players that have come to the club over the years who've been nothing but mercenaries, who have just accepted a wage, put in half-arsed efforts, treated the club like shit, their attitudes have been poor, and this lad, he came as a 17-year-old, 16, whatever it were, and he's had the most level-headed, mature outlook of a lot of the players. He has just treated it so well. So I'm going to leave it there. Thank you to Jobe, that is it, but now we need to move on. It's done. I'm not sitting here getting too soppy because I can feel it coming. But yeah, we need to move on. We've got a lot of money in the bank now, decent amount of money. Of course, we need to look after the processes and regulations that do come with the Premier League, which can be very frustrating. But we are running in a very efficient way as a football club and as a business, which I don't like to look at Sunderland Football Club as a business, but all in all, that is what it is. And from the business aspect of it, we are running it well. So that is a great thing. That's a great thing and I'm sure that I trust Speakman that we will have someone in place to come and fill his shoes. Whoever that may be, we will see. Sometimes I'm sure over the summer I'll have an eyebrow raised at Speakman. You guys will. We might have a bit of a bitch and a complaint, but I'm going to try and rein that in because over the years he has largely proven us wrong. Speakman, whenever we think shit's hitting the fan, he will pull out a player that we didn't know, didn't understand, and then he ends up coming good, like a Jobe Bellingham. So anyway, so that's it. This one's just dedicated to Jobe Bellingham. Sunderland, the actual club themselves, will likely come out with a statement over the next 24 hours. It might even be out now as I'm recording this, but I'm not going to make another video just for a statement. This is just an absolute confirmation that Jobe is leaving. But let me know in the comments down below, how do you feel? Are you sad by it? Are you proud? Do you think he should have stayed? I've seen a few people on social media actually give him a little bit of shit, saying that he's jumped at the first time of asking, or he's bottling it because we're heading towards the Prem. I don't really see it that way. Of course, again, ideally, I'd like to see him in a Sunderland shirt in the Premier League, but I think he's done it in the right way. If he is going to go in a few years' time, he might not get another opportunity, and at this age, you go to a team like Borussia Dortmund, who are very good at progressing youth. I can't argue with it. If he went to a Burnley or a Leeds or someone like that, I'd be fuming. But with this, he goes with my blessing. Not that he needs it, but anyway, let me know how you feel in the comments down below. Like, subscribe if you're new. Take care, stay jammy, keep the faith. Away the lads.